One question is more important than any number on a chart. Why do the same names keep rising regardless of era, trends, or industry shifts? Today, we're not here to celebrate popularity. We're here to understand power. Welcome back to Jimkook News. This episode explores why Jimin and Jungkook, along with Jin, continue to dominate the top 3 brand reputation rankings for male idols, and why this dominance isn't coincidental, temporary, or driven by hype. This isn't fan editing. This isn't blind praise. This is an observation of patterns, data behavior, and public response. Because brand reputation isn't about how loud fans are. It's about how deeply an artist is trusted, remembered, and emotionally embedded in the public consciousness. And in 2026, these rankings tell us something important. Why brand reputation matters more than ever. At first glance, brand reputation rankings may seem simple: a list, a number, a monthly update. But in reality, brand reputation is one of the most complex indicators of influence in the modern entertainment industry. It measures public engagement, media presence, consumer trust, emotional response, cultural relevance. In other words, it reflects how people feel, not just what they click on. And emotions are harder to manipulate than viewership. This is why brand reputation rankings often reveal long-term dominance, not short-term virality. Which brings us to the real question. Why do Jimin and Jungkook continue to emerge at the top, even during periods of reduced activity, military service, or minimal promotions? This is where many viewers expect a simple answer. Talent, looks, fame. But that explanation isn't complete. Because many idols are talented. Many have attractive looks. Many have large fan bases. But only a few are able to maintain emotional authority over time. And this is where the story gets more interesting. Jimin. The power of emotional accuracy. Jimin's brand value isn't built on dominance. His brand value is built on emotional accuracy. His public image is defined by contrast. Softness without weakness. Elegance without distance. Vulnerability without instability. Every performance feels deliberate, but never premeditated. This creates a rare effect. The audience doesn't feel marketed to, they feel invited. Jimin's influence grows because people feel safe projecting their emotions onto him. And in branding, safety equals loyalty. Here's why. His name trends without controversy. His image resonates across age groups. His reputation remains stable even when he's quiet. Jimin doesn't need constant exposure to stay relevant. His presence is always felt. And brand reputation rankings measure that. Jungkook. The power of reliability and capability. Jungkook's dominance stems from a different source. He represents reliability on a grand scale. Vocally, creatively, and emotionally, Jungkook is considered someone who always gives his best. Consistently. But more importantly, his brand identity bridges multiple worlds. Idol and artist. Performer and producer. Youthful energy and mature focus. This flexibility allows him to adapt easily without losing his identity. Audiences trust Jungkook not because he surprises them, but because he meets expectations and then quietly exceeds them. That trust translates into strong consumer trust, cross-industry appeal, long-term brand partnerships. Brand reputation rankings reward stability, not volatility. And Jungkook's image is remarkably stable, even as his coverage expands. Why their dominance is stronger together. What makes this ranking so interesting isn't just that Jimin and Jungkook are in the top 3. It's that their dominance coexists without canceling each other out. In many industries, overlapping popularity creates competition. In this case, it creates reinforcement. Their public narratives aren't conflicting, they're complementary. This allows audiences to emotionally invest in both without fatigue. From a branding perspective, this is extremely rare. And this explains why media coverage reinforces rather than divides. Public sentiment remains consistently positive. Brand reputation scores remain resilient. This isn't a coincidence. This is alignment. What it means for BTS in 2026. The continued dominance of Jimin, Jungkook, and Jin in the brand reputation rankings signals something bigger about BTS as a whole. It tells us that BTS is no longer supported by trend cycles. They are supported by institutional trust. In 2026, that trust translates into anticipation of a strong comeback, long-term global partnerships, cultural legitimacy beyond the fandom space. Brand reputation isn't about who shouts the loudest. It's about who stays when the noise dies down. And the members of BTS continue to persevere. Why this isn't a temporary peak? Trends rise, algorithms shift, audiences shift, but brand reputation rankings prioritize consistency over time, not fleeting attention. Jimin and Jungkook's repeated presence at the top shows that their influence isn't reactive, it's structural. They don't chase relevance. Relevance gathers around them, and that's the difference between popularity and legacy. This video isn't asking you to rank them higher. It's asking you to pay attention to why the rankings keep choosing them. Because sometimes the most important signals aren't loud. They're repetitive. If you like calm, respectful analysis based on patterns rather than speculation, subscribe to Jimkook News for in-depth analysis like this. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think makes brand reputation such a powerful indicator in today's industry? And more importantly, what do these rankings tell us about the future of K-pop itself?